We live in an age of information where every headline is backed by data. But how can a poll of just 1,000 people predict what an entire country wants? And how can we tell if we're being told the whole truth? The secret lies in how the data is collected. When researchers want to know something about a large group, they have two choices. They can conduct a census, asking absolutely everyone, like the national census every 5 years, or, more commonly, they take a sample, asking just a small, representative group. We use samples because they're cheaper, faster, and more practical. After all, you wouldn't crash test every single car just to check its airbags, you test a sample. But here's where it gets tricky. A bad sample can give you a completely wrong answer. This is called bias, the secret ingredient that makes data unreliable. Imagine a radio station asks listeners to call in and vote on banning homework. Who's going to call? Only people listening to that specific station, and probably only those who feel strongly about it. It's a biased sample. Or what if you ask, is fishing popular while standing at a boat ramp? Again, you're not getting the full picture. Even the questions themselves can be biased. A question like, don't you agree that soccer is the best sport, is a leading question, pushing you toward an answer. A vague question like, do you exercise often, is useless, because often means different things to different people. So, mastering data isn't just about math. It's about becoming a critical thinker. The next time you see a statistic, don't just accept it. Ask yourself, who was in the sample? Who was left out? Were the questions fair? Becoming a data detective starts with asking the right questions.